Hello, hello. Welcome back. I have got a new microphone. It is way better than the other one. So, if you hear a little bit of background noise, it's because I have a fan running. But today we're going to be playing some Ace Combat. I haven't streamed it, so I just want to bring something new to the channel. I know I've been streaming for a while. A lot of things came up in my life. My computer recently, like 2024, it had a power supply function malfunction, so I had to spend 125, 100, almost 150 bucks to replace it with a new power supply. It's, I think, a gold power supply. It's 10-year warranty, so if it gets damaged and all that, it's fine. But let's kick this off. So today we're gonna be doing some Ace Combat. So I will put some music in the background, but not a lot. Okay, just so that you can hear it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch over to my screen. There we go. Today we're gonna start with a new campaign. Okay, and I'm gonna go on to Ace. I played it multiple times. I just need something. I just need something up. Okay. Okay.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you?
Actually, let
It
me
does to me.
just turn it down a little bit.
A hell of a lot.
Okay, there we go.
When I close my eyes, the sky in my
Oh, I'm gonna
dreams
mute myself.
is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another year and a half after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. Straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osius fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have been wearing a vest with you, you piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Okay, so here we go.
Everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead.
What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed. Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base! This is not a drill!
Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to start. I've already unlocked everything, so I'm starting with, let's go with the F-22 Raptor. Let's see here. So, the way I see it, the more, so these are a air missile. These are, I think, AMRAAMs. Yeah, these are AMRAAMs. So AMRAAMs Q-arm is it's technically a version of the AMRAAM. So I'm gonna pick those. I already have my loadout already selected, so
aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
okay. Here we go.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron,
Turn
head to
down my
runway.
speakers a little bit.
Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron.
that. It's a nice fucking aircraft.
Call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read
Okay.
back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you.
There we go.
Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Do that. Column Squadron and your wingmen are airborne. Take off and form up with Mage 1. Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golden Squadron,
here we
it's
go.
go time.
Roger that.
So I'm just gonna show you
This
what.
is the AWACS
So
Skykeeper.
usually,
Take down all
usually
unidentified
if
bombers.
you
They don't
open
have
your
many
bay,
escorts. They hit
see
our
how it
radars
closes.
hard in the last attack. Expect
Usually-
the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco,
I'm gonna do a fast launch. So when
fly with me
you'll
now.
see when I
That's what it means
I
to be in an element.
switch weapons,
You gotta keep an eye
I
out for
close the
enemy
bays.
bombers.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not
There
bad,
we go.
Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
Okay, here we go.
There it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken. They're way overhead.
Okay.
Harbor fuel storage is intact. It's asking for another round. All escorts form up for another attack. Point is 835.
Watch out for the support aircraft.
Enemy missile inbound. It's evading.
Locked. Enemy support eliminated. This should make the job easier. Destroy the target.
Here we go.
Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2.
I'll just tell you, the F-22
targets
is
in range.
a
Ground bombers.
beast
Trigger,
at
stay calm.
trying to.
Got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
The F-22 is the most maneuverable aircraft that we have to date.
Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
Missile launched.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid.
Yeah,
I'll give you
this
some
thing is
pointers back at base
maneuverable.
if you can make it in one piece.
Yeah, and see,
Skykeeper, this is Mage 1 over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Whoa there, Trigger. Settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything
dive
stupid.
on this.
Wilco. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. You've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
he's gonna turn on me, isn't he?
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs? I can't tell them apart.
Don't ice up in there.
Gonna ice up. Okay. So we're choosing our AMRAAMs, and we're going to.
Bandit acquired.
Okay.
Mage 2, locked.
Locked onto the TU.
I'm glued to this one. Harbor facilities and carrier destroyed. I'd call that mission accomplished. We've still got half our baggage. Empty over hangars and runways.
Oh, that's a
Target is in range of guns.
Mage
There
2
we go.
bandit confirmed down.
MiG 21.
Burned with their whole payload.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Oh, he's on my ass. He's on my ass.
Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor is under heavy fire!
Come on. Get him.
Target was not struck.
There we go. Get it, aim on him. Okay, let's go take care of these other guys up here. Look at this.
In gun range. One remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
I love these missiles. Where's that MiG? MiG-20. Okay, hold on. Let me
To Gollum and Mage. Job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
my
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one
okay,
sword.
there you go.
Don't try to be a hero. I want
Okay,
you to
let
make
me
it
move
back in
this a
one
little
piece
bit
here.
this way.
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
This way.
Column Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Okay.
Column 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
I might have to put on my headset, so I might change something.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of...
Okay. Let me do something real quick. Test.
Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. Your situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Hear that? Golem Squadron and your wingmen are airborne.
Okay, there we go. So I fixed the problem. So now nothing interferes.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
Okay. So I switched some stuff up. So now I have my headphones on and it doesn't interfere with the audio. I've shut my fan off. So now you guys have clear audio. Let me find some regular music for you guys so you still have something. Okay, how's that? That should be good for now. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Ace Combat. Let me just get that there. Okay, back to Ace Combat. Next mission. So let's see.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Yusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENM. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusea, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusea went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusea didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye. I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusea, on the opposite side of the Usean continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Grays Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Now, the one thing I would like for, instead of having multiple, so let's say I want to go with the A10. Let's say I want to go with the A10. The one thing I would like is for you to be able to choose this, but still have the option to choose Mavericks instead of missiles. So let's say I choose this, and look what happens. Usually an A10 can be fitted with anything. That's the one thing I would like. But I'm not going to go with the A10. I'm going to go with let's go with this. This aircraft, the YF-23, almost was the newest 5th gen fighter for the U.S. Army, or for the U.S. Air Force. Now, it does not have what the this one is faster and it's more stealthier. But the F-22 is actually way more stealthier, or way more maneuverable and faster. It's way more maneuverable than the the YF-23. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Weapons. Now, small diameter bombs. So these are technically dummy, but like I think these are Mav. No, these aren't Mavericks. These are guided, like I think they're advanced small diameter bombs. Homing bombs that can lock onto up to 4 targets simultaneously. They have a higher carrying capacity than anti-surface missiles, and are more focused. So they're more focused than the missiles I already have. So see how air to air. Range goes up. So going to choose these because I like to have them. And then we're going to go emblems. I already have that. Oh, actually, I think I have it. Okay, so this is the one aircraft I like. There we go. So if you don't know, this aircraft was actually made for the actual movie and all that, but the classified part is they say it can't fly. It can. Multiple people, civilians, and military, and there's a company, they have actually made a scramjet engine. A civilian made a scramjet engine. And it's very simple. The Russians did it, and because they have their, I think they're newer, the older MiGs from the Cold War. Those ones, they had a nose in the front, so it could flow air in and then would ram it back. They call it a scramjet because, or a ramjet, because it's ramming air in the back. But when a scram is forcing air. I don't know if you can see, but don't know. But you see how that's angled? If you look, you can see they slope at an angle. That's for air to go in, get sucked back, and it would be forced out. Okay, super weapons. So we're gonna go with craft. So let's go with the Top Gun one. Parts. Let's go with that. Ooh. Now we have, wait, actually, I actually want it to be movable, so. Okay. So that's all maneuverable. Skin. So we can choose a skin here. This is the other skin. Original. So this is with Mage. So this is the Mage skin. This is the spare skin. And then this is the Strider skin. Okay. But for me, I want to go with something that is skins. Look at that. That is a nice color. Actually, I think I know what I'm going to go with. It's one aircraft that is very... It would beat an F-35 on 1-1 fighters. So F-16, where is it? F-16C. This thing would beat any aircraft in a 1-1. skins. Patriot skin. Always patriotic. There we go.
Mage Squadron, Zordy, ASAP.
Look at that aircraft. That is a nice, nice aircraft right there. It's the most... It would literally beat any...
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air
So
weapons.
this HUD is actually from
But HQ
the other...
has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
It's actually good equip mission. I'm actually going to go to the F-22. I like the missiles on it. It's easier, way better.
As of one...
Yep, you already saw that. I already saw that. Okay. F-22 Raptor.
Squadron, Zordy, ASAP. Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles
And with
anti-air
this,
destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no
that
damage is to be done to
right.
public
I think it's
facilities.
the contrast. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. I think my contrast is too high. Yep, it's way too high. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's way
But,
much better.
any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these
Radar
days.
Do
sight,
you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Fox 1.
Yep.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! Where's our support? Still get some
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun. Target has been destroyed.
Fox 2.
The anti-air radar vehicle has been destroyed! They're going for the radar car!
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
It's air raid! We're being attacked by enemy aircraft!
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle! We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility. Requesting permission to move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellite.
Target destroyed.
It's reliable, so trust your radars. Missed.
Bandit acquired. Firing. Bandit on your six.
Fly into the clouds.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Fox 2.
We aim over clear ground. Squad 3, you have to bail out now.
Solo 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now. Hostile on your tail.
Enemy missile detected.
Targeting gun range. bastards. That was the last radar vehicle. Great work.
Fox 2! Fox 2!
Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy aircraft away from the base.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
They gonna bring their buddies back from the dead?
5 targets remaining.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicles. Launch manually. Redo the setup.
Here's some feedback from those comms. Write your manuals in a language we can understand. I'm in
4 targets remaining.
Getting out of rock. Breaking.
All right. This base is worth destroying. 3 targets remaining.
Missile inbound. Breaking. Breaking. Launch preparations complete. Bolts are free. Whenever you're ready.
Stand clear, 15 meters.
Column 3. Fox 2.
Huh? Keep your mind focused. UAVs ready to launch. Away. What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it. We're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Column 1. That doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter.
He's saying the war could change in an instant. Get over it.
Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah.
Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go. Mage 2 is taking down an enemy. How many's that now?
Just 2 more.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
They won't show up on the radar.
1 to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
Mage 2, locked.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target.
Okay, let's go ahead and watch my replay. I don't like to speak because I'm trying to concentrate, so. You'll see the doors open every now and then. Yep, see? Close. Ooh, got a plane going over. If you do hear planes, it's because I live right near a military base. Well, and the airport, so. Who's that? Look at that. I'm watching Diesel right now. Oh my god.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
I need some water. Okay, here we go. Next mission. Bum, bum.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Grays Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Choppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Choppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna go with our F-22 loadout. Okay.
Mage Squadron aircraft preparations
Okay,
complete.
here we go. This is where let's say something happens. I'm not going to spoil it. but I'm gonna mute myself so that I can concentrate. But actually, I'm just not gonna speak as much.
100. Trigger, maintain your current approach. 50 meters. Excellent work, Trigger.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we get wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to him like glue. Don't let him out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, our first hunting season begins.
Feeling out! Enemy reinforcements. I don't like these odds. I want you to.
Missile launch.
If you can't evade a missile, use your chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn.
They got me.
3 remaining.
Eject!
We've got this. We can't recover. Take them down.
We need reinforcements now! Being pursued. Give me a hand.
They're taking cover in the clouds. Nice kill.
1 remaining. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat.
They have to be crazy to pick a fight with us. A rabid dog would know better.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
What the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Arsenal bird. Oh, I should have chose the other ones.
UAV's closing.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
CID position out to one. What do we do about that monster?
Break, now!
We're just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. And there's too many of them.
These guys won't go down easy.
I can't get a read on these bandits. They're dodging everything I throw at them.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird.
Or just that thing? God help
Copy.
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How'd that happen?
What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Evade! Controls are out. I'm breaking up!
Skeleton 2 lost.
Shit, we got incoming!
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. Dangerous earlier, more of us would have survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
Buko, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and I...
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Breaking! I can't get him off! I can't take it!
Missile evaded.
That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy. Box 2.
I'm still stocked up. Bring him on.
Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold up pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
Get away. That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing. Missile!
Mage 2, UAV down. More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
My status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1, leaving Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
One advantage. SU-30.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile!
He's back. It's like he...
Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
Detonate. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
This is not good. Brody, break off.
Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Fort Gray's aircraft. We'll let you take it easy next time.
Target lock. Firing. Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator. The weak get eaten.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
Bandit is down.
Golem 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got Brownie?
I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry. All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA.
Stall warning.
That was the right decision at the time.
Stall warning.
No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Upward landing. Mage 2 has crashed. Mage 2, we have you on radar.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a
I'm
failure.
gonna eat something real quick.
The aircraft
Just gonna have
carrier
some cereal.
Kestrel 2 was sunk
But
during the
I'm
attack
gonna
on
be muted for
Farbanti.
all that, so
Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Okay, I'm back. I'm going to continue.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing a stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Erusia's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Erusia lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusia, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
Whoops, I forgot the... Okay. Sorry about that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osia's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, a reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Okay, here we go. So, the one thing you want for this is you want to have an aircraft that is going to maneuver well. Maneuverability, stable ability. So I'm going to edit this.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
Okay, so this is the map.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck.
Get crosswind.
Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused.
No problem. Situation normal. No change. RTV, going home.
Trigger, you got two directions you can take up here. Just go with your gut. Don't worry, we're watching over you. Making good progress, Trigger. You're currently halfway to your rendezvous point. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's just gonna be you and your radar out there. Just know, you got a bunch of people pulling for you. And I'm one of them.
Situation report. Something's happening. Nothing to report here. Everything's quiet. Are we under attack? No change.
You're 3/4 of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home. Harling is still the president in my eyes. He ended the war, built the space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero. I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand, Trigger. Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there.
Do we have bandits? Tell me the situation. No problem. Stay alert. Situation normal. Nothing sighted. Order an increased alert. Confirm the situation. Situation normal. Nothing here.
Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started. Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone.
Missile.
Missile closing. Evade!
Missile.
Page 2, missile launch. Page 2, target destroyed. Page 2, target down.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Half of the SAM sites are down. Half of the anti-air guns down.
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here. Golem Squadron. Trigger jumped through the fire. Now it's our turn. Understood.
Caution.
Gargoyle Squadron, stay focused. You all know your job.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond. Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before that. All anti-air guns destroyed. All SAM sites down. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you are clear to land.
Roger. Rendezvous point in sight. We're almost there.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Sea Goblin, careful. Going up to meet our two IVs.
Rescue aircraft on the ground is defenseless. Gollum and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
This is Sea Goblin. Heading over to the Express's location now. Run for the container!
Missile.
Missile inbound! Missile inbound!
Missile.
Hell yeah! Hostile has been eliminated.
Missile.
Yeah, Mage 2.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Bandit on your tail. The enemy has a lock on you.
Targeting gun range. UAV down.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Ambush! Fire from the far shore! They're targeting us! Get behind the chopper! Return fire! Sierra 2, hold position! We're cut off!
Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
Taking fire! We're pinned down! Shoot back!
We'll pass out from exhaustion before the enemy wears out.
Express identified! Behind the gantry crane! Mr. Harling, stay right there! Jacob's been hit! Incoming rocket!
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive?
They got the chopper and Sierra too! That was thermobaric!
Good night.
That's about half. Mop up the rest.
Shit! Rocket!
Damn.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Hurley. Rescue unit down, along with the soldier who had this radio.
Missile.
I will get Mr. Hurley out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out.
You inspire me, Trigger. I learned how to deal with these guys by watching you.
Ground target destroyed. One remaining.
We found a Norwegian transport craft. Its engines are on.
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Hurley.
It'll do. All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via the data link.
Mother Goose 1? That's the best you can come up with?
All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off.
All right. Mother Goose 1 taking off. Mr. Hurley wants to dismiss his site.
Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element.
Wilco, forming up. Fox 2.
Missile launched.
I can't take it.
Roger, UAV down. Job, Trigger.
Orders are to fire warnings.
UAV down.
Yes, sir. He's an old-timer. Has no clue how UAVs are used.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. This isn't exactly a fight.
Missed. Golem 1, Fox 2.
Understood. An Arsenal Bird is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice. Courses have already changed.
Yes, Trigger. Can't let you have all the glory.
Gargoyle 1, where's the signal? Gargoyle Squadron, stand by for my order. Someone on the White House. I need
Roger.
Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle did their job.
I figured, but why weren't we informed? The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual. Gargoyle Squadron, report.
HQ, one restored. Successfully intercepted by UAVs. The elevator's windbreak took a scratch. Nothing more.
Roger. Continue to maintain air superiority. Lock acquired. Mother Goose 1 hit.
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. Cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Don't worry about that. Just send help this way. I'm sorry. Get Mr. Harling. Please.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course.
Lock acquired.
Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's at control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond! Mr. Harling, please respond!
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harling, are you piloting that plane?
Arsenal Bird Liberty, passing waypoint 2.
The UAVs are continuing their attack.
Mate 2! Mate 2!
Oh my god, Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was Ocean. A friendly missile hit him.
Turns out it was not friendly fire.
The operation to rescue former President Harling has
Bad news for us here at the prison. The enemy fell for our decoy base. With all the fake planes and trucks we had out, we must have looked to them like the Ocean Air Force was about to go on the attack. Day after day after day after day, they bombed us. Osea didn't give a damn. We weren't soldiers to them, so go ahead. Bomb us. In their eyes, we were expendable. Worth less than the fake planes in the bunkers. No biggie. While I made fake planes, they had me put together some working ones. Then, some genius at HQ decided we should send it up, so the base looked legit. Thankfully, we had people to crew them. It didn't matter what we were locked up here for anymore. Top brass needed pilots, and criminals were all they had. A crook, a gambler, an anarchist. Just your typical lowlifes. They threw each one of them in a cockpit and sent them up to intercept the enemy's planes. But in the end, it was all just for show. So, up they went, day after day after day. Today they tossed someone new into the mix. Wonder what he did to get sent here. My dad died flying for the Ocean Air Force. When your allies are surrounded, one of the most dangerous missions is giving them cover to retreat. Whoever signed up for that was a real hero. But even Even more dangerous than that was being the one who had to cover the rear guard's retreat. That was my dad's job, and one time, he called it off. Said it was too late for him. Said anyone else would have done the same. I found that out from a war buddy of his when he came to tell me how my dad died. The next time a retreat happened, my dad volunteered to be in the rear guard. Dumbass. He died all right. No one came to help. The news nearly broke me. Of all the ways to get killed, that's gotta be the most pathetic one ever. Am I right? There's a rumor going around about another inmate. A guy they brought here a little while ago. Get this. Talk in the cell block says he was sent here because he killed Harling, the president of Osea during the last war, remember? He's the one that sent my dad on that suicide mission. He's the reason I had to go live with my grandpa, and why me and Gramps started building a supersonic jet. He's the reason I ended up here. Maybe I should give that guy a thank you note for killing him. Nah. God, I hate the smell of this place. It's all fake and lies and bullshit. It reeks.
All right, guys, I'll let you in on some juicy info. The new guy was found guilty by the International Union Peacekeeping Forces court-martial. He is the murderer of Harling in the flesh. His tack name's Trigger. Now, as of today, he may be attached to the Ocean Air Force Base 444th Squadron. But that is just some symbolic bullshit. It doesn't really matter if he's Harling's murderer or not. Every last one of you has been incarcerated for one reason or another. You cons have an obligation to atone for your crimes. A few of you in the penal unit know how to fly, and HQ needs to plug the deficit in our Air Force. So they proposed sending you guys on a reconnaissance mission to the Waiapolo Mountains. But that idea was flat out rejected. Nope, you'll be atoning for your crimes right here at this base. This base is a decoy designed to draw enemy fire, and as members of this base, you'll be taking hits from the enemy. This will allow our forces to safely prepare a counterattack.
Incoming!
Switch off that alarm. It's just the usual. I thought Zapland was supposed to be an isolated area. Okay, I'm gonna need a few aircraft to scramble.
Again?
Wonder how many will be better than solitary. Enemy aircraft detected over the dummy runway.
We just need to make it look like we can put up a fight. Some of those piles of junk can at least take off. Let's get the guiltiest cons in the sky first. We'll start with Harling's murderer. We don't expect you to down any bombers. But what we do want is to make them think that we've got an active base here.
It's time to get busy, convicts. Proceed with your mission now.
Follow orders, Trigger. Taxi to the runway now. Check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Control, would you kindly send me up first?
Spare 8, Champ, this is the control tower. You're not cleared for takeoff. Obey orders.
Go to hell.
All aircraft preparing for takeoff. Watch out for Spare 8. He's forcing a takeoff.
I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the skies. Touche.
Trigger, your call sign is Spare 15. Consider it your prisoner number for the air. Commencing deception and interception.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
My blood's boiling!
Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back. Spare 8, when you land, your ass is grass. Spare 15, take off. Takeoff confirmed. Altitude restriction lifted. Go.
So, no missiles again. The FCS is locked. Damn, you're good. Let's make this more interesting. Prisoners use nothing without supervision. Not even a pencil. Here comes Harling's murderer. He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes. Always in the know, aren't you? In this war, intel is a life or death matter. Settle down. Excited to have another murderer with you? This is Bandog. Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. I know it's just a dummy runway. You guys just need to make a lot of noise. Make them think there's fighters at the base. Anyone got a smoke? I'll owe you one. If any of you die, just think of it as you atoning for your crimes.
Much appreciated.
One more thing. Any aircraft leaving the operation area will be shot down. You hear me? Righto.
3, this is Skull 1. Numbers we can handle. Proceed with us. Skull Squadron, get into formation. Concentrated radio tower.
Missile.
Look at that.
Missile.
There must be a
Missile.
here.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Juicy target.
Look at them. Blowing up a bunch of paper planes.
The enemy seems to think our Air Force is concentrated on this base. Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that? Is there that convincing?
Shit! The enemy just hit the control tower!
Hey, what's with all the shaking?
There's smoke!
Missile.
Send in the fire team!
Missile.
Not let the enemy get closer.
Are you trying to kill me?
Shall I order them to shoot down all?
Missile. Missile.
Commander McKenzie? Damn it! Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy.
Right on. Done by now.
Have to rethink the odds. Want to bet which one of us gets the first kill trigger?
starts.
This is the penal unit.
Counts going forward.
I decide when you die.
All right, I'm assuming command. All aircraft support me.
Who's gonna dance to your lying tune? I'll show you all how it's done. Spare 15, bandit splashed.
Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I'm betting that report will get dressed up real pretty.
Head to the next target. Radar pinged. Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them. A bomber's at high altitude. Stop watching your own asses and look up.
Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harling's murderer.
We're losing escort. Hurry up. Finish the job and let's get out. No, we're in front of this kill. We're cut off. We can't break away. We can't.
You can do this work.
We lost all of them.
Anyone ever saw a guy here?
Missile fired. Evading.
Fox 2.
Breaking out of lock.
Do they really think they can get a bunch of convicts to just put on a show?
Fox 2! Fox 2!
This is decent what he's famous for. I wouldn't go that far. Targets that slow aren't a challenge. Don't let it go to your head, murderer.
Wingman down. I'm surrounded.
Wow, look at Trigger go. Lucky shot. Multiple bandits inbound. They got bombers and support. All aircraft follow me. You too, murderer. Jeez, now he thinks he's a squadron leader.
Missile. Missile.
Trigger, don't get shut down now. I got good money riding on your survival. Some guys have got big money riding on you going down, so watch your back.
Spare 7, shut up. You don't need to yap to pull the trigger.
Trigger again.
Don't get excited. It's beginner's luck.
Missile.
short-tempered tomboy. Trigger got most of them. Maybe even all of them. That was dumb luck, Tabloid.
Spare 15, don't take all the fun away from your comrades.
Time.
2 targets remaining.
Why in the world would someone make a squadron of convicts? Gotta be some kind of reason.
The papier-mâché strategy at the base seems to be doing the trick.
Guess every man and his dog has an idea how to end the war.
The targets are still active. Keep up the attack.
What the hell are you doing?
Are you... Wilco, Commander McKenzie, please maintain silence for the moment. All targets confirmed eliminated.
Yeah! Hell yeah! Still alive, Harling's murderer? Then dinner's on me tonight.
Cut the chatter, Spare Squadron. Mission complete. RTB. Trigger's still with us. Must have the devil in his corner. Spare 7, what happens if the one you've bet on dies while landing?
Then you win. So what, you're not done?
Just checking.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing check. We don't want a wreck blocking the runway. Spare 15, you have permission to land. Wind conditions are calm. 3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. Bank right. 1,500 meters. Right. Stand by for your next sortie.
I lost a lot of money for that, Trigger. Don't forget.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
Did I say you could take down the enemy? Throw anyone who disobeys into solitary.
Mihai's granddaughters like to keep to themselves mostly. They were well behaved and possessed a sort of quiet elegance. From time to time, I'd catch myself looking at them, wondering what they were talking about. I'm sure everyone on the base did the same. They were such enthralling creatures. Every night, a crowd would gather around Mihai. They were the men tasked with guarding him in the air. Their jackets all bore the same patch, a relic from a nation that was long gone. Decades ago, during the Age of Expansion, the Kingdom of Erusia absorbed many countries. Theirs was one of them. Mihai asked them,
"Yet what is a nation? Can we actually see the physical lines that divide one from another?"
People of my generation can no longer speak the language of our homeland. My grandparents always look sad when they see I have no idea what they're saying to me.
Mihai didn't say a word after that. His scarred face betrayed no emotion.
Your mission is to atone for your crimes by attracting the enemy's attention. First, I want you to head from the base to the desert region of Rocaroja to the northwest.
Sorry, but I have to go.